J-Drone here. What's going on, guys? So we got the Bebop 1 with a Bang Toys X16 battery on it. I believe it is a 2,200 milliamp an hour. It is the same voltage. We're gonna see if this is gonna work. I'll show you my connection afterwards. I did not mod the Bebop's connection at all. I just modded the battery so it would fit the Bebop's connection. So let's go. Let's see if this will work. Let's see what type of flight time we get. I do want to go into settings really quickly. And piloting. We want to put this on video mode, and we'll fly it like that, and then just go back, and we're gonna do a takeoff. It is up. We are up. Just making sure nothing's hitting. Nothing is hitting. Just gonna cruise this around, and again, this is in video mode. So this will be the max flight time you can expect out of this battery. And I'm hoping we don't crash this, so I don't need to crash 2 Bebops in 2 days. I suppose maybe I could, or this is recording. It records as soon as it picks up. And we'll bring it down here in a minute once we finish our full rotation. Nice little rotation. Bring it down slow. I would assume that battery's heavier than the stock one. We're on 94%. And again, this is in video mode. If this works out well, maybe I'll throw it in sport mode next time. The main reason I did this is because this Bebop, the major drawback for it is flight times. You get short flight times out of the stock batteries, and the stock batteries, you can't balance charge. You have to use the stock charger. I'm sure you can balance charge them if you open them up and figured out how to balance charge it. But if you look here, I have a positive and negative feed going into the battery. It's drifting. I don't know why it's drifting. It's trying to gather satellites. I don't know. It is drifting though. I have a positive and negative feed going into the battery. I also have a balanced lead that I can charge this. And right now we're at 88%. Go ahead and fly it out this way a little bit. And again, we're just doing a mild rotation here. Just to keep an eye on the drone in case it did drop or something, because there's no tech. I mean, I'm sure there's something on the top of this where the connectors go into, but it's not a smart battery per se. Not to say that the original Bebop 1 batteries were smart batteries, but I'm sure they're a little bit smarter than this battery. And it is drifting. It's drifting backwards. And there, it just grabbed. So I guess it takes a minute, maybe with the added weight on it. It's probably not perfectly balanced either, the way that I have it on there. And what this will give you max flight time you'll get on this battery if you're recording in video mode. It's a little bit deceptive as far as orientation goes, looking at that blue pack there. Just rotating around. I'm at 78% on the battery. I'm gonna bring it in here. We should just sit. That way I can kind of get a picture of it. There, it's sitting. Now it's drifting backwards again. Be a good look at it. It is. It's drifting backwards for some reason. There, it's kind of stabilized. I didn't calibrate this before I've flown this. I think I've calibrated this drone maybe once or twice the entire time that I've owned it. So it's probably due for a calibration. Again, I'm really not taking it over the abyss just because I don't know how well this setup is working. I mean, it looks like it's working pretty well. I'm at 71%. And the Bang Toys, the battery that this came off of, is an energy-hungry drone. So that's kind of where my thoughts in this went. Was one, I could balance charges prior to flight and know all 3 cells are charged properly. And two, the Bang Toys, I don't know as far as weight comparison, but as far as size comparison, I think the motors are larger on that than this, just by visually inspecting the two. Yaw rate's extremely docile on this in video mode. Like here, we'll come over here and show you the yaw rate. I'm full yawing right now. But again, it's in video mode. It's in that mode where you are going to get prime time video from it, where you're panning super slow. You're not going to get a lot of frame skip. Then the pitch is acceptable to me. I think that yaw rate's a little bit too slow, and we could adjust that in the parameters. But I'm in the stock video settings. You have a video mode and a sport mode, and I'm in the stock setting. Yesterday, I ran this on sport mode and took it straight out and killed the battery really quick. One of the stock batteries. It's flying nice though. I mean, minus that little drift. Again, I haven't calibrated this in forever. That could be it. I do have a wind that is going that way, and that seems to be the way that it was wanting to drift. So this is working out well, guys. Do I say go out and buy Bang Toys X16 batteries? Not really. If you have one laying around, this might be a better choice. I don't know what type of time we're at yet. I'll know once we decide to end this. And sure, on the back here, we could have tidied it up a little bit, but I was going for, hey, I want to try this now, because I have a fully charged battery. I think it's an 1800 milliamp an hour upgraded battery for this, ready to go. But I just had it in my head, hey, a LiPo battery is a LiPo battery. I mean, granted, some are smarter than others. DJI has some tech into theirs where they automatically discharge if you leave them charged too long. And the newer Bebop 2 has a board on the top, which some people say is very problematic. That you should actually be balance charging them. And in the end, I'm going to end up fixing my frame. I talked to Parrot and they weren't too helpful. I'm going to end up fixing my frame on the Bebop 2. I have a battery ordered, but I think in the end, this might be the way to go. This might be the way to go, to mod a battery for the drone that you're going to get cheaper, but you're also going to be able to maintain the battery more efficiently on a balanced charger, a hobby grade charger. We're at 48% here, guys. I need to watch how my pitch is, otherwise I'm going to fly right in those trees as I have super slow yaw. Even the pitching left to right is pretty slow. Greatest pitching in this camera mode is your forward pitch. Your forward pitch actually has some momentum. Going left, which I'm going left right now, I guess it's not bad. It's about the same as the forward pitch, but the yaw is extremely slow. Keep that in mind. And again, at the end of this video, I'll show you my connection. I'll show you what I did. I did not per se defect or deface the Bang Toys connection. I added on to it, and I did not deface the original Bebop connection, so I can still plug original Bebop batteries, which I have quite a few of them for, in this drone without any problems, without having to convert it back or anything. And again, as slow as we are flying, we are continually flying, this will be your max flight time for this battery on this drone. And a huge reason for that is I did sport mode out to close to half a mile, and needless to say, I burned my battery up pretty quick out and coming back. If I can get a battery that I have in-house for this drone, like this battery, which I'm thinking, which will give me a decent flight time, then I could start doing some nice range testing with this. Then I could actually fly this drone a lot longer than I've been flying it, which average flight times for me have been anywhere from 5 to 7 minutes. I think I maxed out at close to 10 or maybe 12 minutes on a super slow flight. And I think that's pushing it, saying 10 to 12 minutes. I'll have to go back and look, but the average flight times are 6 to 7 minutes tops, man. We're slowly yawing back around. We're at 28%. Once I get the LVC warning on this, we are going to drop it. I kind of want to, I'm going to yaw this way and show how many feet per second that we're moving. Yesterday, I believe we were moving at like 30 or 35 almost, and I'm just going to full pitch forward here. In video mode, you can look forward to about 13.5 feet per second. So about half of what I was moving in sport mode, roughly. So it's not super duper slow. It is slow. We're at 21% on the battery. And if this doesn't pan out, that this was a super improvement on this, the only other takeaway from this is if you have X16 batteries laying around, which Bang toys have never worked out well for me, so I have 2 laying around. You have spare batteries for this if you really wanted to, but I think this flight's been longer to feel than most flights have. I'm at 17%. I don't know if this is going to realize the percentage and tell me low battery or what's going to go down. So we're going to kind of keep it here. We'll give you another look at the battery here. And again, at the end of this flight, I will, I'm at 15%. I'll disconnect it and show you the connections. It's drifting that way. I think J-Drone needs to calibrate this. It's probably not been calibrated in over a year. About 14%, guys. Again, I'm trying not to just stand still. I'm trying to actually put a light burn on the battery. I'm at 13%. Man. I'm at 12%. Yet. Really good look at the drone there. 12%. 11%. Do a run out. We'll lift it up and we'll do a run back. 10%. I'm at 9%. At 9%, I got a low battery alert. I'm going to sit it down at 9%. Sure, we could continue flying this, but we are going to go ahead and sit it down here. Try to find a nice spot to sit it down. 8%. Bam. And landed. So let's see what type of time the hat cam says we're at. We're at 14 minutes and 5 seconds, guys. I doubt I had a minute wind up because I already had everything set up, so maybe a 13-minute flight. That's pretty epic. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to shut everything down. We're going to shut this down. We are going to shut this off. We're going to turn my cell phone off. And then I'm just going to disconnect this, which we'll just do that, and then we'll squeeze that back in, tighten it. That's all I had was that strap. I tested the strap, it seemed pretty good. And then we would just disconnect our connection here, which we're going to pull out of here. As you can see, it matches up. It actually locks in too. And this is the connection that I was using. I don't know if the hat cam's still running. Yeah, hat cam's still running. all I did is I ran a positive and negative into the Bang Toys thing. I taped it up really good. I individually taped them, then I double taped them, and that's the Bebop's connection, dude. I had spare connection laying around. I'm like, yeah, dude, I'll absolutely use that. So this was a success. If you guys have not subscribed, smash that subscribe button. Later.